If you're thinking of opening a restaurant in 2025, you should watch this. My name is Susan. I am a multi-restaurant owner in Peterborough, Ontario. I've had my business for almost 5 years. I grew up in the industry, so I've learned a few things along the way that I really want to share with you guys today. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Okay, so the first thing is knowing your numbers. I know it's not very exciting because when we are restaurant owners and we're opening up something, we're really excited in creating the concept. I don't know about you, but that's what it is for me. It's really exciting to come up with a brand name, coming up with the colors, the logo, and doing the renovations and all that. But we get so caught up in the creative and exciting side of opening the restaurant that we put off the knowing the numbers part as well. So the first one is your rent. Is your rent going to be between 8 to 11% of your sales? So let's say you're projecting to do about $40,000 a month and your rent is $10,000 a month, or your mortgage. That is not going to leave you with much profit or really any profit to actually make your business better, to expand, or even really give you breathing room. You're just constantly going to be keeping your head above water, and you're probably going to be even losing money if there are certain situations that come up and if your other numbers are not falling in line. With real estate going up and people just charging an arm and leg for whether it's residential or commercial nowadays, you got to be really careful with the lease or mortgage you're signing on. If you can't make it work, there's no point in even starting and getting into that space because you are going to be set up for disappointment. The next thing is your food costs. How much does it cost you to actually make product? Again, we're super excited to come up with the product and serve it and just hit the ground running. But a lot of people don't even actually cost out their menu. They're getting all this hype and they're so busy in the first couple of weeks of their business, but they might actually not even charging the right amount for their food. The third is having an idea of what your sales are going to be. When you open a restaurant, people are going to be coming in flocks because you're new, you're the new hotspot in town, your family and friends are going to come. But after, let's say, a month or maybe even 2 months, that's going to die down. And you're really going to understand the viability of what you're offering and if there's actually a demand for it. If there's a way for you to test out your market first, that is the most ideal. So that might be doing some pop-ups, collaborating with some local restaurants that aren't using their kitchen at a certain time, and really seeing if there is a demand for what you're offering. My next piece of advice is focusing on value. Right now, the economy, it's not the way it was 5-10 years ago, and people are really watching the dollars they're spending. So regardless of the concept that you have, whether you're a QSR, you're fine dining, you can still provide value at all levels and at all concepts. So if I was fine dining, you never really want to leave people hungry because they're going to remember that. You want to design your menu and create it so that people feel like they got so much out of that money that they spent. Even if it was $100 a person, they should feel like they got $200 worth, whether that's through the experience, through the service, through the product itself. The other thing is focusing on bundles and packages. So whether that's family takeout deals or even just combos for the individual person, trying to bundle things together and creating that value. They spend one price and they're getting all this stuff is really going to create that perceived value for what they're getting. The other thing to keep in mind that takeout is still trending. Even after COVID, you see the numbers, takeout is still going up, and it's definitely better to be on top of that trend and stay with it and have an option for people to have their food in the comfort of their own homes. The other thing to keep in mind is people are becoming very tip aware. What I mean by that is they're really questioning the tipping culture and the tipping system that we have always just abided to. They look at the bills now, they're looking at the fees and what are they paying for the food, then the taxes, and then the gratuity on top of that. So if you're buying a $10 meal, all of a sudden it's really $20 and more. So people, again, are really watching their dollars, and we want to stay on top of that. And again, create value, make it feel like they are getting way more than they're actually paying. This leads into my next piece of advice, which is to diversify your revenue streams. So even if you have a brick and mortar restaurant, you got to make money in as many different ways as possible. So that might be offering catering or going to events and being a vendor. Third party is also a revenue stream. And I will make another video on that because that's a whole other big topic as well. And we just talked about takeout. You can even get into retail. You can get into experiences like offering cooking classes, whatever it may be. Just don't rely on having a brick and mortar restaurant to make all of your money. There is so many ways to make money on top of what you're already doing. My next one is collect customer data as soon as possible. You're going to be busy when you open up. You're going to have all these new people in the door, whether it's through a loyalty program or a contest. Collect emails, collect names, phone numbers or text messaging, whatever you choose to market to your customers. Do not rely on just having people follow you on social media. We don't want to talk about the algorithm and how challenging it is to stay present on social media. Customer data is incredibly valuable and important in today's age. Implement that strategy right off the bat to build that database, because when you are in those slow months and you have that data, you can use it to draw in more business right away. My last piece of advice is to learn from reputable people. Other restaurant owners, even business owners, but specifically restaurant owners is definitely ideal. You want to find people that you aspire to be like. So for me, I really love Janet Zuccarini and what she does with the Gusto Group. They are inspirational to me and I really want to be like them one day. And I guess maybe this is kind of me documenting my journey on getting there. But you want to find mentors and people you aspire to so you can skip that learning curve. If you've liked what you've seen here today, make sure you subscribe. I'll be posting more videos about my journey and some of the lessons I've learned. I also have a school group for women in the restaurant industry. It's a place for us to collaborate and learn from one another. If you are interested, go over to the link in my bio and join the group. It is totally free, and I hope to see you guys there. See you later.